Well, Alexandra, with no I.
No I.
Welcome to Reinvention.
Thank you.
I'm really happy you could be here. You're a person that I've always found fun because I've known you since you were a little kid.
Yeah.
And you have come a long way because you left Toronto to come to Paris for the dream to reinvent yourself.
Yeah.
How did you, tell me about how that came about.
So basically, I feel like I never really felt Toronto was my vibe, which is like a very vague thing to say, but it's just a feeling you have. Like I never felt comfortable with the city. I never wanted to go out. I never wanted to meet new people. It just I wasn't moving forward in any way in my life. I felt very stagnant. I felt very much like I couldn't be myself. And I think, a lot of places, especially Canada, can be quite conservative compared to a lot of places in the US. I think that there is a lot of judgment, a lot of, it's a small circle in Toronto. Everyone knows each other. You feel like you can't step outside of the norm. And I think everyone I know kind of hasn't. And I just never felt that I fit in. So, a normal person would probably move to New York. That's an hour away. But I said Paris.
And why Paris? Because Paris is, do you speak French?
No, not well. Petit peu. We have the basic Canadian French that we learn in Toronto. It's different than in Quebec. We learn French every day when you're a child. But if you're not speaking it regularly, you don't speak it well. So my comprehension is okay. I can read a menu.
Oh, that's a good start.
I mean, that's really important.
You go to a lot of restaurants, right?
I do go to a lot of restaurants. I have a plethora of recommendations for people always, but I just think that that's definitely the hardest part about moving if you don't speak the language. That's a barrier for sure, and that's something that I think if someone was going to move to a different country and they don't speak the language, I think the onus is on them to kind of adapt. I definitely need to learn French. That's on me.
Well, you're probably going to do that very fast because I think this is a city where you have to be able to speak the language to be able to get to the next stage.
For sure. I think a lot of people speak English, but they would prefer to speak French. I think more people speak English than you would expect.
True. And you probably realize that as you go along as someone that's English speaking.
I thought that it would be a huge issue, and it's not so much of a huge issue, but if you're looking to get a full-time job, you need to speak French.
So tell me about that. What did you come to Paris to do?
So basically, I was working freelance as a writer and doing magazine articles and, always fashion and beauty kind of focused. I went to school for English literature, very serious
very scholarly,
serious.
Yeah.
English literature, history, and Italian, so very, a lot of books.
Right.
But I always wanted to do something creative. So for me, it was, I've always loved fashion. You've known me since I was a child. It was always.
Much. Thank you for aging me.
It was always fashion. It was always fashion. And so I found that I was doing the freelance writing, and it gave me a lot of freedom to travel, which when I was in Canada felt like a really important thing for me because I wasn't happy there. So I'm still doing that. I also do some styling, which I was doing in Toronto as well, personal styling.
Yes.
And now I am actually starting to focus on more vintage.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, so basically, there's a huge market in Paris for designer vintage. It's everywhere, but that market is also in Canada, and it's not something that's really been tapped into. There aren't really a lot of places where you can get this amazing designer vintage stuff that's at a good price. So basically what I've started to do is I have clients that I'm working with that, for example, you could message me and I will source what you're looking for. If you're looking for a Chanel jacket, I go find it in Paris.
Oh, wow.
So it's been a way for me to bridge the two worlds, the two cities that I'm in, and I've been doing that for the last few months, and I really like it, and I'm still doing the writing because that's a passion of mine. And but I mean, those are very isolating jobs. So I think it's really important also for people if they're doing jobs that are you work for yourself. You have to really focus on socializing. You have to try really hard to socialize.
And you have to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
What would you give as advice to people out there who are watching, who are probably sitting on their sofas reading maybe a Vogue magazine and saying, you know what, I would love to make that step to go and live in a city whether it be Milan or London or Paris. What would you give them as advice?
You're never going to be ready. You're never going to feel ready. You just have to do it. When I decided to go, I'm pretty sure the day of, an hour before I left, I was like, do I really want to do this? is this really what I want to do? Like, is this a good idea? You're never going to feel like it's 100% the right decision or that it's 100% the time to do it. So I think you just kind of have to throw yourself into it because you're not getting younger. Like, time is just going to continue to pass by, and the less forward steps that you make, like, you know, making the big move or quitting the job, getting out of the relationship, it's like you're just stuck in the same situation. And I look back now, I've wanted to move since I was like 25, 24. I'm 29 now. And I think like back to that, and I'm like, I would be so much farther along in this journey if I had done it then, but at least I did it now.
Absolutely.
So I think you just have to do it, even if you're not ready.
Were you ever afraid of failing?
Oh my God, yeah.
Really?
Every day. I mean, I think that I felt a lot more afraid of the concept of failing in a new city before I got here, because now I'm like, well, really, who cares? Like, I think because I'm kind of anonymous in this city, it feels like, it's like, you know, the beginning of Sex in the City. That's kind of how I'm looking at it.
That's your story.
That's kind of what I'm looking at it as.
Your life is a Sex in the City.
That's crazy. What if I'm not watching it? No, not so much sex, but you know, the fun.
But in the city.
Yeah, we're in the city, but less sex.
Less sex in
less
the city.
Sex, but
right,
you know, it's like the whole like getting to a city that you like don't really know anyone. Like, I knew a few people, but like my close friends aren't here. So I think like if I fail at something, it's like, who's gonna know? Like, what, I go back to Canada and people are like, oh, you came back to where you're from? No one's gonna think anything of that. But that's not gonna happen because I'm not willing to go back there. No.
And why is Paris the city for you?
I think, you know, I actually originally was considering going to Milan because I speak Italian, and I have an Italian passport, so it seemed like the easy move, but I think it feels very small compared to Paris. Like, I was in London for a while, but I was like 22, and I think like that's not really my energy anymore. Like, Paris for me feels like the perfect mix of like everything I like: art, history, food, yes, everything, all the things I like. So I think for me, I feel very comfortable in Paris. Like, I could walk around the streets and have a better day in the rain walking around than doing something in a city that has nothing going on. There's always something to do in Paris. Even if it's just go get a croissant. Like, you're doing something.
Well, thank you, Alex. Thank you for helping people out there who want to reinvent themselves as you've done for yourself. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Great. That was easy.
Rapid fire.
Okay.
Three questions. Really, you could do it.
Oh my God.
Same one twice.
Don't ask, like, the movie and song thing, I wouldn't be able to answer. I would lie.
But then it's on record.
Yeah, I mean,
That's your favorite.
Someone's going to be like, you said that was your favorite.
Say something about the dress.
Favorite place for a massage?
Okay.
Yes.
Wait, what's the question?
Sure,
Wait, what do you want me to say?
You just want
I'm
to
used to the sponsored ads.
Okay. So l'adresse Saint-Honoré.
Wait, how do you...
L'adresse Saint-Honoré.
L'adresse Saint-Honoré.
Yes.
Okay, you know my French is really horrible, okay? Like, I sound like stupid.
Okay. So we have this thing called rapid fire on Reinvention, and I have 3 quick questions to ask you, maybe 4.
Oh.
So what's your favorite place for your massage here in Paris?
Definitely l'adresse Saint-Honoré. It's great.
Great. Your favorite food?
Oh, like restaurant or type of food?
Type of food.
I like Japanese.
Your favorite restaurant in Paris?
Not Japanese, but Le Voltaire.
La Voltaire?
Yeah.
And your favorite holiday destination?
I mean, it used to be the south of France, but now that I'm living here, I don't know. Maybe for now, still south of France.
Right, great. If you had to choose between a blonde or a brunette, who would you choose for a guy?
You know, as I'm maturing, it's going to be brunette.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You heard that here.
Yeah. We're adulting now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good. Good. Done.